Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. And with the Army-Navy Rifle Star coming up this weekend, we've got the captain with us, Catherine Dely. Catherine, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
It has been a pretty remarkable year for your program in your senior year as a captain leader. You win the President's Trophy, and one of the teams that you took care of to do that was Army along with Air Force. You snapped the Falcon streak. You got your first President's Trophy in 17 years. For your program to do that, not just under your leadership, but to knock off a milestone that hadn't been accomplished since 2008, how special was that for you and your team?
It was very, very special to us. We went into the we went into the season with more ambitious goals. It's always been our goal to beat Army, and we went in and we talked about it at the beginning of the semester, and we were like, oh, like I mean, we have a really good shot here of not only beating Army but also beating Air Force. So we set higher goals for ourselves, and we accomplished that. And I'm really proud of my team and um, the way that we performed.
Well, you've certainly met your goal of beating Army so far because you've done it 3 times this season. What's been the key to such a successful start for your program?
I think that our success really comes from how much of a family we are and how close we are. We really push each other, especially in such an individual sport. It's important that um, we're spending time with each other and making connections off of the range as well as on the range. Because with the rifle range, we split up, and some people shoot air rifle, some people shoot small bore. Um, so it's important that we're all pushing each other. That way, that when it comes time to perform and to shoot on the day of the match, we're able to do so at our best.
You know, it helps when the leader that embodies that has a family member on the team with her every single year that you've been at the academy. What has it been like, first learning from older brother Mark and seeing how he led the program? What have been some things you try to take away from that?
I really look up to my brothers. I mean, both of my brothers that came here to the academy, um, and so I got to kind of watch the path that he took and see like what he did and how I could either like emulate that or make it me, because we're not the same people. So what worked for him might not work for me, and getting to be on the same team as my brothers has been really special. Especially my youngster year when it was all three of us together, and we'd go to team dinners and then we'd sit back and talk, and I'd see my brothers more when we were on the team together than honestly when we lived together.
Kath, and I can uniquely relate because I've got a sister who's 2 years younger than me. That's the same age gap between you and Mark. And I know there's a lot of competition that comes with growing up with somebody that close to you as an older brother. What was that like growing up, and how did he push you to be your best?
I mean, he was actually the one that got me into rifle and shooting in general. Once he started before me, and I got to watch him shoot, and then my younger brother went to summer camp to start shooting, and I told my parents, I was like, oh, I want to do that. And so really he was the one who got me into it. And then I got to, I mean, in high school and here at the Naval Academy, it's always been just a competition between the two of us. Um, yeah, when he was here on the team, it would be like, oh, we'd shoot, and like maybe he'd do a little bit better than me in small bore, but then I'd beat him in air rifle, and it was a lot of fun to compare scores after the match and be like, oh, like who did better, and it kept me like pushing myself, which is good.
You're promptly displaying your three N stars so far in your N star sweater. How do you get a fourth, and how do you close your time at the academy with a perfect run over the Black Knights?
Really, it comes down to treating this match just like the other matches. Beyond besides the fact that it's scored differently, and the actual star match compared to a typical NCAA match, it's really just going into it and just shooting our average and continuing to do what we do in practice and emulate that in match.
Given that more folks are factored into the scoring in the star match. You have such a deep team this year. I want to talk about one freshman in particular because Tyler Weed just shot his second 600 of the season. What has impressed you about the way that he's handled himself in his plebe year?
Um, Honestly, I mean, sometimes I think like, oh, like what goes on in his mind? I mean, typically when I shoot, I know that I get a lot of the nerves. I get a lot of like physical reaction of like, oh, like I start to shake, my heart races, and uh, honestly, it's amazing to hear him talk about like, oh, like when he shoots like a low 10, and he's like, oh, like I that could have been a 9, and hearing him talk about it, it's really remarkable. And he also has a sibling on the team that's Tyler and Ryan. They're both siblings, and I think that that's really special for them, especially since I had my siblings on the team.
Okay, Catherine, now that your time at Navy is winding down, I want to ask if you could go back and give one piece of advice to plebe year Catherine, what would it be and why?
Um, I so my time here at the academy, I really struggled with the physical running. I've had a lot of challenges here, and while I may have done really well academically, I struggled with the like running the physical readiness test, and that really had me focused on myself, and I kind of struggled with feelings of whether I like belong. Uh, so I would if I was to go back in time, I'd really just like reassure myself to just keep pushing and that everything will be okay and just keep trying my best because that's going to get me where I want to go. I just have to stop like caring about all like the factors that I can't control and just care about what I can control, about my attitude and my effort.
Amen to that. Let's talk about this team after Army. What can this team control, and where do you think this group can head the rest of this season?
I mean, our when we talked about goals at the start of the semester, it's always been our goals to beat Army, to beat Air Force with the President's Trophy, and also to not only make NCAA's but also do well at NCAA's. And we have a few more away matches that are coming up, and what really matters is taking those opportunities to shoot our best and to replace some previous away match scores so that we can have the best opportunity to qualify for NCAA's.
I love it. Last thing I have for you, how badly are you looking forward to reminding John that he's on the clock once you get your fourth N star over Army?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a second class. He's a year behind me, and so I mean, next year his is his last year, and I mean they've got to keep it up. I mean, we're on a streak now.
Fantastic. Captain, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck this weekend. Go beat 'em.
Thank you.
You have been listening to the Navy Sports Magazine Show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics.